Here is my outline. And today I'm going to show you how to turn this outline into an essay. The first thing that I want to do is take my outline and I'm going to do save as, because I don't want to copy over my outline. So I'm going to change it to Tangerine Outline to Essay. And that is the title of this document. If you're in Google Drive, you're going to want to copy and paste it into a new document and title it Tangerine Outline to Essay. Now I don't need all of this extra stuff, right? Because now I'm going to turn it into an essay. But I am going to want to remember here what sections are what, so that at the end I remember that I still have 5 paragraphs. So I'm going to take out all this stuff. I really don't need the outlining stuff. And then I'm going to get started. Now your outline is already a sentence outline, so really this essay is going to write itself. Now we're just going to put big spaces between the paragraphs so I don't get those confused. Alright, here's my introduction. I have my thesis statement. In Tangerine, Edward Bloor uses lightning, sinkholes, and the winter freeze to show that nature is stronger than man. The only choice a person has is how he will react by trying to protect against nature, ignore nature, or fight against nature. Lightning is used in this novel to show how people try to protect themselves against nature. See, a sinkhole ends up swallowing half of a school, which shows that if people ignore natural disasters, the consequence can be dangerous. It's so slow. You'll see here that there's a couple of spelling errors, which I'll go back and fix here. There we go. Also, a winter freeze brought out, I'm just thinking out loud here, I don't have this written down, so I'm thinking out loud. What do I want to say about the winter freeze? Brought out the fight in people as they tried to survive. Now, every paragraph needs an introductory sentence, which in this one is my thesis statement. And then it needs a good sentence to end the paragraph. So I'm going to say these 3 examples show, what does it show? That nature is powerful and deadly. And that is my introductory paragraph. So now I can delete this, and I want to look at this and make sure I have 5 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yay, even better. I have 6 sentences. And I have an introductory sentence here, which I'm going to highlight in yellow, and a nice ending, which leads neatly into the next section and summarizes my whole paragraph. Okay? Now, let's look at the next section. I already have a beginning sentence. So I'm just going to leave that like this. Add in my quote. Here I've got what it says. Here we go. Lightning is stronger than man. People can choose to protect themselves against nature. Mike Costello's mom died. He got killed at practice today, Tuesday, September 5th. This shows that lightning is deadly and can take a life. Paul's mom chose to try and protect the football players from lightning. I'm going to add another example is when a character's house keeps getting hit by lightning. You really need to make sure that every quote makes sense. You have to assume that your reader maybe hasn't even read the book. So you need to set up every quote so it makes sense. So that's why I added this extra sentence here to make sure the next one makes sense. All right. Oops, lightning. There we go. And then I put in my next quote, which is already here. This shows that the whole family is affected by lightning. The father chooses to try and protect his family by trying to sell the house. And then I need one here, just like this. I need one final one. And I actually really like this, these 3 examples. So I'm going to use that again. These examples show that lightning. You know, I'm going to change that to nature and tie it into nature again. Nature is, let's use the word terrifying. Terrifying and can take a life. Ooh, I like that. That's really good. Thank you. Now I've got my introductory sentence, which is about the whole paragraph. And then I have my concluding sentence. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do the rest of this. I think you get it. But here's the one thing. Do you notice that nowhere in here do I say, I think, or we can see, or I really like? I never use first person. Make sure in your essay that you do not use first person. There should be no first person from your perspective. If it's in a quote, that's okay, right? You can have it in a quote, but you cannot have it from your perspective. Okay, one more thing I want to show you, and then we're going to wrap this up. The conclusion is the only part that you might have a little bit of a tricky time with because it's almost like the introduction, but you cannot just say the same thing. You cannot copy and paste the introduction. So here I have my 3 sentences. I'm going to delete all the numbers so it just runs into each other like a nice, neat paragraph. The characters' lives are at the mercy of natural disasters such as lightning, sinkholes, and a winter freeze. That has all of the 3 main important things, so I'm going to highlight that as the main introductory sentence. The only power they have is the power to choose. Lightning killed a young athlete in his prime. Paul's mom chose to protect players against nature. I'm going to make this a new sentence. Paul's mom chose to protect players against nature. I'm going to say due to this event, Paul's mom chose to try to protect players against nature. A sinkhole crushed a school and almost took lives because Charlie Burns chose to ignore nature. A winter freeze destroyed groves of trees and people's way to get income. Although Louis Cruz could have given up, he chose to fight against nature. Now at the end, look here, I have these examples, these three examples. These examples show that although nature is powerful, people have the power to choose how they will respond. Again, I have these examples, and then I finish it up with what ties into my thesis statement. So, hopefully this is helpful on how to turn your outline into an essay, and how every paragraph needs to have 5 sentences and have an introductory and conclusion sentence. Let's change that to green. These examples show that although nature is powerful, people have the power to choose how they will respond. Beautiful. I look forward to reading yours.